Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and today we are diving back into my childhood documented 80s style project. And just as a reminder, I am using a Simple Stories Snap Flipbook, I think is what it's called. I have covered the front already with an image that is very much 80s, and I will eventually cover the back as well. Today we are going through prompts 5 and 6, top toys and 80s lingo. And for these two, just the way that I have them set up, most of the work has already been done. So I think that this one will go fairly quickly. As another reminder, this was inspired by Leilani from Leilani_Scraps on Instagram and Leilani Scraps here on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything taken out of my packet and we'll get this one put together. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take out the last page of my album because it just makes it much easier in this style of album to work flat onto my craft table. And this one is Top Toys. So I used a thicker set called Shoebox. I don't know if it was from a collection or just like a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby, but they're like a hard chipboard black with silver glitter. And I knew I needed to stitch those down. So I went ahead and did that off screen. And this digital paper that I used already had that banner. That's why I picked this particular paper because I thought that the stickers would fit there pretty good as the title. And I will link the store that these papers from today came from. I think it's Megan's Creations, but I'll link it down below for sure. So I'm getting that put on in place, and then I'm going to move over to the side that's going to hold that toy box. I had a toy box like this at some point in my childhood. I don't remember how long I had it, but I know I had this one. And I found this picture actually on a Facebook Marketplace post when I was trying to find a good image of it. It was one that was fairly straight on that I could kind of get rid of the background and then cut out that rectangle where like some spindles would have been so that I can tuck my little bag of toys in there. And I am still using score tape to adhere everything down to like these base pages that I've created from Nina 110-pound cardstock. All of my decorative pages I'm printing on Canon matte photo paper just because they come out so much brighter. I took my paper off to the side and trimmed a little bit off of the right hand side of the paper because it was just not lining up quite right. That ends up affecting how the paper on the back works, and it makes it be a little bit rumpled up there at the edge. Oh, there's Margot. She's helping. So I'm score taping the toy box, except for the top where I want that bag to slip in. And then I am using a little liquid adhesive. It's just the Scotch Quick Dry Tacky Glue right along the bar because it was so thin. And I do actually flip through all of these little toys. I think there's 18 or 20 in there. And so I do just, do a quick run through of what's in the bag. But I just felt like that would be the easiest way to get those in place and keep them from falling out of this toy box. And so I'm just leaving them in the little bag. So then I'm going to move on to 80s lingo, which was the next prompt. And again, these were digital papers. And I loved finding the speech bubble one because that worked perfectly with my title. And I went ahead and typed 80s lingo in there on just in Photoshop when I was editing. And that font is called Digitalism, and I get all my fonts from dafont.com. Here's where trimming off a little bit affected how this piece folds. So I had to work a little bit on scoring that one. Then I'm going to get the next page put on to my base page. And what I did is use the Heidi Swapp Labels and Tags stamp set, stamped it onto a piece of paper that I color picked to make sure it matched the speech bubble. printed it out, and then did the stamping, and then went through and found all kind of terms that we use. Some things I had remembered myself, some things I had to Google, like gag me with a spoon and to the curb and grody to the max and all those kind of good things. So it was a fun walk down memory lane, and that finishes us up.
Okay, that is where we are going to call these 2 days done. As I said, they were fairly simple and quick to put together. Most of the work had kind of been done ahead of time. And I did that because I knew you didn't want to sit here and watch me fussy cut out. I think there's maybe 20 different little toys in there. And I knew I needed to stitch these big thickers down, so I wanted to get that taken care of. And then also I knew you didn't want to see me fussy cut all of this either. So I did want to just real quickly run through what I put as the top toys. And I probably mentioned this in the voiceover, but I just decided to kind of make it be like this is the toy bag, and the toys are all in the bag. So that was kind of my thinking process there. So of course there are Cabbage Patch Kids and Care Bears and Light Bright and Smurfs and Rubik's Cube, all the Star Wars figurines, that little ring toss game that I played forever and ever. Then we have Monchi-Chi there. I put the little Snoopy snow cone machine in here because it was kind of toy-like, but, you know, also not. And then the Easy Bake Oven, Strawberry Shortcake, Trolls are here, and then Pound Puppies, and a Spirograph, Viewmaster, Rainbow Bright, and then My Little Ponies. So all of these were things that I remember playing with, maybe even some into the 70s a bit, but they were definitely all still around during the 80s. And what I did, just for future reference, in case, you know, one day down the road my grandchildren came to look at this book or something, not that I have grandchildren yet, but I did go ahead and write the name of each toy on the back. And I didn't do like a super close fussy cut. I just kind of did a little rough cut because I just didn't think it needed to be super close. And these bags, I didn't know when I bought them. I ordered a big pile of them from Amazon. There's like a little metal piece right here. I don't know what they're supposed to be used for, but I use them quite often when I'm story planning to put little things in, because you can kind of crease that lid down. So that bag will just fit right in there. And as long as it doesn't slide out the top, I'll be okay. So I like how this one turned out. And then for the 80s lingo, I had a good time trying to just remember as many of these terms as I could on my own. I did end up Googling and seeing a few more that I had forgotten about, but I like how this turned out as well. So thank you so much for stopping by today. It means more to me than you will ever know. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up down below. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. And when we come back to this series, we will be on Brat Pack and Best Books. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.